Good afternoon, YouTube. I thought I'd make a little video speaking about something that, or this topic, this philosophy I've been thinking about lately that I learned in my Buddhist philosophy class. It's basically kind of tied to the Four Noble Truths of Buddhism, which is basically, firstly, I'm just gonna go into the first two. Firstly, accepting that life is suffering, which is dukkha, and that the cause of all suffering is Krishna, which is thirst. Specifically, what that means though is more so like a thirst or a desire to be attached to the way things are, or to attach your happiness or attach yourself to something, to a binary result, yes or no, winning or losing, or something like that. And so I've really been applying that to my life because as a student, all students stress over their grades and how well they're going to do, and sometimes in school it just feels like no matter how much you study, you don't do that well, or sometimes you don't really study that much and you surprisingly do that well, and it feels like sometimes the results are out of your control. No matter like what you do, it really does feel like some things you can't control. And lately or in the past like 4 months, I've had to like learn how to admit that like not everything is under my control, and that I can't be in charge of everything, and I have to just let some things go and I have to alleviate my dukkha. And I think that Buddhist philosophy is especially true. However, that I don't think that philosophy means to just give up. Like be like, oh yeah, I'm just not going to try at all on a test. Like why should I even care? I don't think that's the correct philosophy. I think the correct philosophy, in my own view, is to try your best to do something, desire to do great things and to do good in this world, but don't desire the result. Desire to do good. Desire the intention to do hard work. What I mean by this is, I think I already spoken this in another video, is to detach your happiness from the end result and attach it to what is the work, the money, whatever's going in to the result. So instead of attaching my happiness or my sadness to the result of what I do on a test, attaching it to like the hard work I put into preparing for it. And if I and my philosophy goes like, if I felt like I did my absolute best, I studied as much as I could, I studied more than what was necessary, then I should be happy no matter what I got. And it in practical application, like while I really like this philosophy, in practical application, it's just really hard, because I feel like we as humans, like we need, I guess, kind of like checks on how we're doing. It's really hard to detach your feelings from like the objective results. So, and what I mean by checks is like, okay, like let's say you get a 70 on a test. It's like, okay, shoot, I definitely need to try harder, or I need to switch my studying routine up. And like you can make that objective or make that logical conclusion, but with that comes a lot of emotional grief and sorrow, and it's hard to detach yourself from that. And let's say you get like a 95, that's good. You're like, okay, I did well. The steady routine worked. This habit worked, and that's your after action review. You're like, okay, this is good. I'm gonna keep this up. But it's also like you get a pep in your step, and then you become attached to that feeling of doing well, of succeeding. And it's weird today because I got 2 grades back, and I'll be honest, like I guess like to most people's point of views, like I did fine. Like I really did fine. I thank God I did okay on those assignments. I got like a, what was it, 23 out of 25 on my chem lab assignment, and I got a 93.5 percent on my midterm for my Buddhism philosophy class. And while those are good grades, like objectively, I feel like I'm still kind of upset with that, because I want to do better. Just because the fact that I feel like I'm gonna do worse in the class, like I just want some cushion room. That's just kind of always been my philosophy. Like I want to start off the year strong, like the quarter 1 strong, to give myself some wiggle room in quarter 2 if I like not slack off, but if I just mess up. And so I'm not exactly at the grade I want to be at right now. Like I got like a low 90 in both the classes, and I'm just kind of upset at myself, and I don't know how to detach myself from the result, because I feel like I need to. I feel like beyond like the logical conclusions we make from things, there is something inherently valuable about having a feeling of something. When you have a feeling, it affects you in an intangible way that allows you to keep moving forward, or allows you that really gives you that push. Like nobody like David Goggins, people like that, like people like who just decide to like lose weight because the fact that like their life is horrible. They don't do it because like they objectively look at their life and it's like, okay, I'm probably gonna die of a heart attack at this age. My chance of stroke is like X% higher. They don't look at it like that. It's an emotional grief that continues to build up, and it finally just gets purged out at one moment, and they decide to make the very difficult decision of losing weight. A lot of these tough, difficult decisions that people make, and things that these pivotal moments in people's lives are not at all objective. They're not at all from like a quantitative standpoint. They're all feelings. They're all like people who decide to go to the gym. Like I think David Lade, his story was like he just got bullied a lot in high school, and I think like he just decided to, he was so frustrated that I think he just searched up like a push-up workout one day, and that's how he started. It was like this catharsis for him. It had nothing to do with the fact that like, oh, I'm building muscle at a rate of like 1 pound per month or something like that, or whatever it is. um I don't know, maybe my philosophy is wrong. Maybe like I just need to follow it more strictly. But I would really like to know if anyone watches this, what they think about this, like what your guys' perspective on like, I guess, evaluating how you're doing in life, and I guess your philosophy on things like failures, and things like success and how to deal with that is. Just love to get a discussion going, and I just thought I'd like document something, how I'm feeling right now, for me to look back, on the future in retrospect. So yeah, I'll just cut this video short right now, and yeah, uh, yeah. Once again, leave me a comment. Have a good afternoon. See you guys.